Door with the red script remains locked. It may open only to a password.
Present me well from gifts thine own, or I shall rend thy flesh from bone. A grasping hand, an offering vile. Enter now the dread Lord's trial.
Breathe deep and move. Light on my feet.
You gaze upon murder's progeny, child.
His most ill-trusted zealots.
His faithful departed.
Prodigal servants, each returns to do his bidding eternally.
This is the court of the dread Lord's tribunal. I am its custodian. Here come those who seek to transcend, aspirants of his most profane order, the would-be unholy assassins of Baal. But you are no mere aspirant. I did not expect to see you again. So it is true. You have returned.
Saravok Anchev, a Baal spawn who failed to become chosen long ago. Spilled stain of father's divine essence left out to dry. Is he your cousin? Great uncle? Brother even? Baal's bilious waters are always a little murky.
I have heard it said you lost your memories. Let me revive them. In times past, I was Baal's deathbringer, his acolyte, and you, his favorite child. You worshipped him the way that he would wish. Your bloodlust innate, your thirst for butchery unslakable. But you were foolish enough to think yourself untouchable. You didn't see Orin rising through the ranks. You were blinded by her artistry, her devotion. You believed she worshipped you as much as all the others. Your fall was as spectacular as your birth. The purest Baalspawn there ever was. Ruined by her own hubris. But now, you have returned. Tell me, are you here to have your vengeance on my granddaughter? I see why Orin spoke of you with daggered spite. But this is not her dwelling place. Orin resides within our father's temple. She may have usurped you once, but all her rites and rituals will never match her to your natural gift. Baal is about to name a new chosen. All is between you and my granddaughter, Orin, now. And Orin has much to learn. Our Lord does not care for beauty. Baal cares only for death. Death in numbers. Death in droves. It is a lesson Orin will only learn in death. I wonder if you will be the one to teach her. She is the child of my child, and your bloodkin, and yet you share a father. Her relation to you is as strong as it is to me, bloodkin. Perhaps stronger. I have heard of the duel Orin proposed to you. But you... your blood is purer than mine ever was. He made you himself. The perfect killer. She wronged me. In killing her, you honor our father with a eulogy of blood. She seeks to sacrifice you in our father's temple. She dreams that your corpse will be her masterpiece. But she forgets, before your incident, you were the true master. You were murder, pure murder. No excesses, no pretensions. I believe you will be the one to slay Orin. And when you do, remember Grandfather Saravok. Remember how he helped you. Return to visit him. And tell the blood-drenched tale of your victory. We have a sacrifice prepared for you, child of murder. Let us celebrate your becoming. This is the court of the dread. Here come those who see, but these are not aspirants. You have brought traitors of Baal into our midst. Harper Worm, the abdicating hero. Your keen sense for this city has withered in your absence. And you, man of stone, as you stood a statue, a helpless ornament, your city warped, changed, became ripe for the plucking.
Saravok, Baal's least favorite son. Still tied to Daddy's apron strings, I see.
You disappoint me, child of murder. I expected more of your return.
Saravok Anchev, a Baal spawn who failed to become chosen long ago. Spilled stain of Father's divine essence left out to dry. And yet, the history he shares with your companion seems to run almost as deep as your own.
What purpose do you have in bringing these heretics to the court of Baal? Speak, or death will be your final word.
Simple. We beat him about the brow and butt until he was dead.
Saravok once fancied himself Baal's chosen, until we put him in his place. Feel no shame for forgetting him. History shall do the same.
These two have long meddled in my affairs, and my father's.
Do not parley with this madman.
Saravok once had his chance to taste of goodness, but he spat it back out. Now he may taste boot leather instead.
You speak of the past. I speak of the future. Well, aspirant, do the shades of yesterday speak for you too? There are two paths to the temple of Baal. To carve your devotion into flesh, or to be the carcass that is carved upon.
You get to my age, you have already done everything. Be my guest.
We have already smashed Saravok's soul from his body once. Boo says it is your turn.
And so, the Harper and the Idiot Ranger raised their weapons against Saravok once more. You disappoint me, child of Baal. I had heard such tales of you, tales of grandeur and vile glory. But the company you keep has tainted you and pulled you away from our Father's grace. I understand. I once fell to hubris, as you are falling now. But no more. Baal will never again have cause to question my devotion. Not even for a Slayer Lord. You will die as you have lived. A heretic, forgotten, and unloved. Blood to blood is Baal's sacrifice, and I shall be the knife that spills it.
You make promises that aren't yours to keep. Take care that their breaking does not break something more.
If Minsk is certain of one thing, it is that he very much plans on being a problem for Saravok.
I know these two well. I have traveled in their company. Whatever else may be said of them, they answer to no one but themselves. It seems there is some disagreement on who is master here.
Minsk politely declines your offer to be an offering. I am afraid he is already claimed by Boo.
You toss allies aside so easily. After everything? If you are so eager to join this worm, then may you both be buried here together.
This is a sacrifice my father has long lusted for. But it is not the giving of their lives that will please Baal. It is the taking. The tribunal bears witness. Aspirant, do not disappoint us.
Worship me, the prophet of the end!
Corpse seems willing to speak, but not to its killer. The corpse remains silent.
Have I been this way before?
A pleasing thing to see these stones stained with the blood of those who disgraced my father. Our father. I know my like, child of Baal. But I needed to see you slaughter first, to take life and revel in it. Are you here to have your vengeance on my grand...
Is it to be death, then? A better alternative to watching this sick family reunion.
You have shown us the color of your blood. Boo wonders if we had been wiser to spill it on the ground.
I never thought I'd see this. The Harper and the Idiot Ranger brought to their knees before me. The violence pleases Baal. The domination pleases me. Your slaves may stand, the better to bear witness. You are something truly glorious, child. Are you here to have your vengeance?
Forgive the insolence, Master.
Order and Minsk obeys, as if Bu himself commanded. Stand aside, evil!
You gaze upon murder.
His
Prodigal servant.
In years past, you brought this man low, foiled his plot to become a god. Now you stand before him once again. Saravok Anchev.
As you stood a statue, Stone Lord, a helpless ornament. Your city changed, warped, became ripe for the plucking.
While you wriggled neath the city's soil like the worm that you are, it will please my hamster to kill you twice, Saravok.
You're as stupid as I recall, man of stone. You were never more to my father than a stinging insect. Irritating, but irrelevant. And yet, you still scrabble for his attention. You are unworthy of Baal's presence, let alone his trial. But for one purpose you are fit, indeed. You will make a fine offering to the Murder Lord. You gaze upon
his
Prodigals.
In years past, you brought this man low, foiled.
Harper Worm, the abdicating hero. Your keen sense for this city has withered in your absence.
Saravok, Baal's least favorite son. Still tied to Daddy's apron strings, I see.
Your face bears the marks of many years, Jahira. Your wit, however, does not. You gaze upon
his
Prodigal.
This man is known to all Baldurians, and his presence sparks dread in the pit of your stomach. Before you is Saravok Anchev, a Baalist who almost brought Baldur's Gate to ruin a century ago. Davella was right. Not just an imitator, but Saravok himself.
This is the court of the dread. Here come those. A long while ago, my wretched sibling brought me back. The fairest of Baal spawn soul-bound me to this husk. Worship death though I do, I refused it. I roamed the coast, gathering those who still held Baal in their black hearts. The cult survived, festering beneath the city, with me as the gate's everlasting poison. But no more, for poison is too slow a death. Now is the time for slaughter. With these killings, the glory of the Baalists has risen beyond what we dreamed possible during those dark days. In times past, I was Baal's deathbringer, his acolyte. But no more. My lord has a new favorite now. My granddaughter, Orin. The youngest unholy assassin ever to follow in Baal's bloody trail. And his chosen. She is the architect of Baal's design. Baal has never had a more gifted prodigy. Orin's gift surpassed even her mother's. Her mother knew this, and she could not bear it. When Orin was but 7 years old, she tried to smother the child as an offering to our Lord. I heard the screams. I ran to help. feared for the child's life. But the cries were not Orin's. It was her mother's blood that soaked the sheets. Orin had cut off the very hand that tried to end her and made a plaything of it. And as she toyed with her dead mother's hand, a deep quiver rose up through her throat. The Lord of Murder speaking through the child. "Lay not a finger on this child," he said, "nor let any other, for this child will serve me with unholy ardor. Protect her in my name." I knew of my daughter's ambitions, but not the lengths to which she'd go. She hungered for Baal's favor more than anyone I'd ever known. But her daughter, Orin, hungered even more. This was Orin's tribunal. She was judged, and she was found exceptional. My lord made his choice. I abided by his words. And so it is that Orin now leads his temple and draws aspirants to his creed. But Orin is not the subject of our judgment here today. You wish to become an unholy assassin of Baal. So, approach and be judged. There is no better mirror in which to see the true nature of a killer than her victim. You took their hands from them. Now, I will clutch one of their souls from the abyss, that they may show Baal who you are. You misunderstand the Lord of Murder. He is not proud. He simply is. Let us begin. Spirit of the slaughtered, return to us. Show us the truth of this murderer's intent, and let us judge her for her bloody service.
His will be done.
You took this spirit's life, and thus its voice. So, speak for it. How was this pitiable creature slain?
Reverence.
Zeal.
Long may he reign.
Your offering pleases Lord Baal. Your words delight him. You slaughter well, aspirant. You are deemed worthy. Enter the Dread Lord's abattoir and submit to his will.
Another step forward.